Imagine sending emails just by talking to your phone. Most people still write every email manually, wasting time on something AI can do better. But here's the twist. You can easily build your own AI email assistant that listens to you, writes the perfect email, selects the correct contact, and sends it automatically. In this video, I will show you exactly how to set it up so that you can speak and AI does the rest. So let's start by giving a name to our workflow. Now let's add a trigger. And in our case, I'm going to be using Telegram as our trigger. So just type in Telegram, select it, and on the trigger actions, you need to choose on a messaging. Here, you need to connect your Telegram account. As you can see, I have two. If you haven't created a Telegram credential yet, what you need to do is, you need to go to Google, then you type in Telegram web, click on the first link. Now you need to log in with your Telegram account. Once you have logged in with your Telegram account, you are going to type in here /BotFather. Once you click on BotFather, as you can see, I already did it. So in my case, let me just open the conversation. Once you click on BotFather, the first thing that you are going to do is type in /start, and then BotFather is gonna tell you what do you want to do. Then you need to type in /new bot. Then BotFather is gonna ask you to name your bot, then to give a username to your bot. In my case, for this specific bot, our AI email agent, the name is email agent bot and the username is also email agent bot. Once you create your bot, you are going to see that you get this message here saying what your API key is. Once you have this API key, you need to go back to N8N. Then you're going to click on create new credential. Then you paste that API key here. Make sure you give a name that makes sense to you and click on save. Once you've done that, your connection is created. Now we can test it. And to test it, all that you need to do is just click on execute step. Now the Telegram is listening you. So in my case, I will grab my phone here and I will send a message on Telegram to this bot. Now I will press send. And as you can see, the bot has received my message. These are the details, okay? And the message is this one. Hello, how are you? Once we've done that, we can leave it. Now what we are going to do is to create two different routes. And by routes, I mean, let's suppose that you want to send an audio message to this agent. Then the audio will need to be transcribed. It's a different path, okay? Or if you send a text message, in this case, that text will go through a different path. So we need to ensure that both paths are taken care of. To do so, the first thing we need to do is to create a if node, okay? And in our case, what we want to check is this audio or is it text? So to be able to check if it's audio or text, we are going to use this expression here. Let's click on expression and copy this, okay? Basically, I'm saying if the message has an object called voice, which in this case doesn't have, it will be true, okay? So in this case, we need to come here to object and we are going to leave in exists. So basically, again, I'm saying if in this message we have an object called message, which we do have, and another object called voice, which we don't have, in this case, this will take the true branch. Otherwise, it will be text and it will take the false branch. And you will understand that now. Let's click on execute. And as you can see, the true branch is empty and the false branch is populated with the result of our conversation. Why? Because this is a text, it's not a voice message. So if I come back here, you're going to see that now we have two different paths, the true and the false path, okay? Now I will be sending a voice message so that you can have a look on what happens when I send a voice message. Let's click again on our Telegram node, click on execute step. Hello, how are you doing today? Now you can see that we received a different input. So as you can see here, I have our message and you have an object called voice. So if we come back to here and we execute our if node, you can see that now the true branch is the one who was activated. Why? Because when we open it, you can see that now in our input, we have the message and we have the object called voice. Okay, so based on that, we are going to create two different paths to deal with audio and one to deal with text. Okay, now we need to add another Telegram node, and this node will grab our voice message and download it so that we can transcribe it. Now you're going to choose get a file, then we can rename it as download audio. The resource will be file, the operation is get. Now all that you need to do is to select the file ID. And if you go here on your message in the object called voice, you can drag the file ID and drop it in here. Okay, so basically you are telling Telegram to download this audio file. Just click on execute step, and as you can see here, I just got this error. This is because I selected the wrong Telegram credential. So in my case, I have two credentials here, and I sent the audio to this email agent bot, but I wrongly select the Telegram account. So to be able to work, just make sure that you select the right credential. Then you click again on execute step, and as you can see, now we have the message that I sent. Our next step is to transcribe this audio here to text so that our AI agent can read it and send the email as we want it. So to do so, just click on the plus sign, type in OpenAI, click on it, and select transcribe a recording. Select your credential here. If you don't have a credential, you need to go to platform.openai, create an account, click on settings, go to billing, and add some credits in here, okay? Once you've done that, just go to API keys, create new secret key, copy that key, and then in N8N, all that you need to do is just create a new credential, copy your API key here, and click on save. That's all you need to do. Now just make sure that the operation here is transcribe a recording, the resource is audio, and the most important part is the input data field name must be data, which is exactly this name here. Now let's just click on execute and see if we get my audio message. For some reason, the text came in Brazilian Portuguese, which is exactly the translation of what I said in English. I'm not sure why that happened. Maybe because the AI knows that I speak Brazilian Portuguese and it's in its memory. I'm not sure. But to ensure that this doesn't happen, you can go here to add option, and then you select language of the audio file, and you make sure that you type in EN so that the AI will know that the language is English. Let's execute the step and see if it's fixed. All right, and as you can see, now it's been fixed. So let's go back, and now we are going to add our AI agent. This is probably the most important node here, because it's going to be the node responsible for reasoning and finding our contact list, making sure that the email is sent as we want. Click on the plus sign, type in AI, select AI agent, make sure that the input is defined below, and in our case, the input is going to be the text coming from the transcribe a recording node. Let's add an option and select system message. Let's select expression, click on this button here to expand it, and now let's copy our prompt here. So this is a big prompt that tells our AI agent how to do everything, okay? If you want, you can also download this workflow. Just have a link in the description below. If you sign up for my newsletter, every week you are going to get the best tips on AI automation, and you will have access to all my workflows. So click on that link and download this workflow if you want. If not, Just keep in mind that this is a prompt to tell the AI agent what to do. So basically I am telling it, you are an intelligent AI email assistant that listens to voice commands transcribed into text. Your task is to interpret the user's intention, write a natural and professional email, and send it automatically using the Gmail tool provided. And then I'm also telling it, you can also reach and retrieve email addresses using the Google contact tools. So basically, I'm gonna show you that we need to give 2 tools for this AI agent for it to do its job. I am defining some rules here. For example, if there is only one matching contact, use it and send the email automatically. Do not ask for confirmation. So let's suppose that in our contact we have only one person called Michael. In this case, the AI can send an email to that person without asking. If we have more than one person, in this case, of course, the AI agent needs to know which person do you want to send the email to, so it will ask us, okay? And then I have here a couple more of details on what to do and the output that I expect, okay? This is also a good idea to give to the AI agent so it knows what you expect from it. So let's close this. Now, as you can see, every AI agent needs a brain, and this is the chat model. In my case, I'm going to click here and type in OpenRouter. And the reason that I like to use OpenRouter is because it gives me access to almost all the AI models out there. So I don't need to be locked in with OpenAI, for example. If I want to use Claude, I can use Claude. If I want to use Perplex, I can use Perplex. For the sake of this example though, I'm going to use ChatGPT 5 Nano. So now we have the AI brain, and what we need to do is add some tools here. And the first tool I want to give access to is the contact tool. So just click on it. And as you can see, you are going to use your credentials again. So every node that is related to Google, you can use the same credentials. So in my case, I already have these credentials. This is the description of the tool. If you want, you can add it manually. This is just telling the AI, okay, this is a contact tool, and you will use it every time that you need to retrieve contact details. In my case, I will leave it as set automatically. The resource is contact. The operation will be get many, which means get as many contacts as we have. In this case here, we are limited to 100, but actually what I like to do is just click here on let the model define this parameter, okay? Now the fields, this is the fields that you want to return from your contact list. In my case, I usually like to give to the AI tool the email address and the names of my contacts. Because now if I send a message to this AI saying, please send an email to Ana Maria, so the AI have access to their names and also to the email addresses. So the AI will know exactly, okay, this is Ana Maria and this is her email address. Now you're going to turn on raw data and click on execute step. And as you can see, the model has access to our email contacts and the emails. So this is the first tool you need to give to your AI agent. The second tool is going to be the Gmail tool. Just type in Gmail, select it. Now make sure that your credential is connected. If you don't know how to connect it, or if you haven't done it yet, you just click on here, create new credential. Then what you can do as well, if you need some help, is just go to on Open Docs, and you're going to have a step-by-step on how to connect your Google credentials. All right, so select your credential. Tools description, you can leave as set automatically. Resource, leave as message. Operation is send, because it will send an email on your behalf. Here, the tool, you can leave it as let the model define this parameter. And the reason is, based on your message, the AI model will analyze the message, search your contacts using the contact tool, and based on that, the AI will know who to send this message to. So just leave as defined automatically by the model. The subject, the same thing, you can leave it as defined automatically by the model. And the message exactly the same thing. The last thing that you might want to do here is just click on add option. append N8N, and then make sure that you turn this off so you don't get that message in the end of your email saying that the email was generated by N8N. Alright, so once we've done that, our audio path is pretty much done. Now for our text path, all that you need to do is pretty much just select this whole part here, press Ctrl D, and now what we are going to do is, let me just move this up a little bit. We are going to add this as our text path. So the only difference here is if our agent receives a text message as opposed to an audio message, so we don't need to download an audio, we don't need to transcribe it. All that we need is to grab that audio file straight away. Let's go back to our Telegram node and I will send another text message. So as you can see, we have our text message here. Let's get out of this node. Now in our AI agent, first let's say text agent, something like that. Let's execute this if node. So now the if node is saying, okay, it's not audio, let's send it to the text path. And all that we need to do now is just give our agent the text that was sent. Just click on here, drag and drop. Now our AI agent is fully automated, and if you send audio, the AI agent will take this route. If you send text, it will take this route. Something that I forgot to mention is let's rename this node here to contact list so that the AI knows exactly what this is about. Okay, so let's just copy the name here as well and do this. Now the final step is just to save our workflow and let's test it to see if it works. If you want to make sure that it's always running, always listening on the background, you need to click here on activate, then you make sure that you click on got it. So that means that every time now this Telegram node will be listening for messages. So now what we can do is I'm going to go back to my phone and say, I'm going to send an audio message now to this AI agent. Okay, please send an email to Michael Johnson asking if he wants to play golf tomorrow. Now if we have a look here, you can see that the message was sent. Hi Michael, hope you are doing well. Would you like to play golf tomorrow? And if we go to Michael's emails and open it up, you can see that the email is here. So that's how you have your own personal AI email assistant. And if you wanted, you can even configure this workflow to handle video, to handle image. In this case, we would just switch this if node for a node called switch, and then we would create different paths for video, different paths for imaging, and that's all you need to do. Just a quick reminder, if you want to download the whole workflow for free, just sign up for my newsletter where you are going to get the best AI automation content once a week and have access to all the workflows that I ever built. Now that you know how to use N8N to create your own personal email assistant, perhaps you want to know how to use it paying 80% less. And that's exactly what I show you in this video. Have a look, it will save you a lot of money.